my sleevers and everybody that's just interested in the sleeving process. Again, my name is Ashley. If you are new, welcome. If you are a sleever, hey y'all, I got another video for you. This one is a tough one. So basically, I'm making this video and it's basically about being a slow loser or self-sabotaging your surgery. So story time. Let me give you a quick story on why I'm even creating this video. So I'm in these Facebook groups for people who had bariatric surgery, and one person made a post and she asks, what is considered a slow loser? And so, you know me, I'm a slow loser. I'm not losing as much as everybody else. So I commented and I said, well, my doctor said that most people lose 10 pounds per month. And so sorry, y'all, my head itching. Because I'm losing less than that, I consider myself a slow loser. And I actually said I'm losing half of that per month. So per month, I'm losing about 5 pounds. And so, you know, she went into the detail. Well, she started asking me questions. Well, what are you doing? What are you eating? And things of that sort. And I was honest. I said, well, my nutrition sucks, which is probably why I'm not losing enough weight, or the weight that most people are losing per month. And so she goes on to say, well, are you a slow loser or are you self-sabotaging? I was like, bitch, who are you to tell me about myself? I'm a slow loser. What's another word for losing only 5 pounds per month? So, you know, I stopped responding because, you know, I was in my feelings. I'm like, who are you to tell me about me? All I came here to do was to answer your little question. I didn't ask for you to be my doctor and my nutritionist and all that stuff. So I was in my feelings. So I ended that convo. But hours later, I was truthful with myself. Like, no, seriously. Are you losing slow because the surgery isn't working, or are you not working the surgery? And honestly, I'm not working the surgery. Period. So the surgery is not failing me. I am failing the surgery, and I definitely should not be content with losing approximately 4 to 5 pounds a month. Like 4 to 5 pounds a month. And honestly, since my 7-month post-op to my 8th month, I'm about to be 8 months post-op in like 3 days. I didn't lose anything. And I made excuses like, okay, I'm stalling, or, you know, this is natural. Everybody lose weight differently. No, like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do to make this surgery work for me. So I was honest with myself after a few hours. I wasn't honest with her, but I was honest with myself after really evaluating and seeing that I'm not putting in the work. So like I said, I'm going to be 8 months post-op in about 3 days, and I only lost 40 pounds. I only lost 40 pounds in 8 months. Most people are closer to the 80 pounds to 100 pounds when they're 8 months post-op. So yeah, that's a huge difference. I really decided that I need to get on it. So another story that kind of triggered me to get right is that I do hair, and I had a customer who came and she had the same surgery as me, the sleeve, and she had hers 3 years ago. So, you know, we're talking, we're like, okay, how much weight have you lost? And she told me 40 pounds. In 3 years, she only lost 40 pounds. No. That's not going to work for me. That's not going to work for me. I did not have this surgery to lose 40 pounds and be content with 40 pounds. No. My goal is to hit Wonderland. And I'm 247 right now, so I need to lose 47 pounds by my 1 year mark. That's the goal that me and my surgeon set. I need to be under 200 pounds. I don't care if it's 199.9. I need to be under 200 pounds by my 1 year mark. So I have 4 more months to go to lose 47 pounds. And according to the average, that is possible. That is possible. So I'm definitely am going to kick it up a notch and act right. So I want to get into why this self-sabotaging is happening. So I was hoping that when I ate something that I was not supposed to eat, that I would dump. And, you know, a lot of people be like, why do you want to dump? But I look at dumping as a great consequence, and I look at it similar to getting a whooping. If you do something you're not supposed to do, you get a whooping, you won't do it again. If I dump and it's a terrible dump, I won't eat it again. And that's what I wanted. That's what I was looking forward to have that consequence embedded, you know, the consequence. What am I trying to say, y'all? I wanted a permanent something to tell me you can't do this, and I'm not getting that. I like literally, y'all, I literally ate a huge, not a small piece, y'all. I literally ate the biggest slice of key lime cake that I probably ever had in one sitting. And I did this after I had the surgery. So I'm like, why am I not dumping? Like, please, I need something to tell me stop doing this. And because my mental is not strong enough to do that. The surgery does not fix your mental. If you are a food addict before the surgery, you're gonna be a food addict after the surgery mentally. And I needed my stomach to be that system to make me stop, and it's not. Like, I tore that cake up and no dumping. The closest thing I got to dumping was I got hot, but you know, after 30 minutes, I mean, we back to being regular. So I can't count on my sleeve to get me right. I have to change my brain to get me right. So also, another thing, I won't even consider myself a food addict. I'm addicted to sugar. I love sweets. I love sweets before surgery. I love sweets even more after surgery, which is strange. And I think, but it's even more now because I know I'm not supposed to do it. So now it's kind of like, ooh, I'm doing something bad. And, you know, again, like I was saying, I was trying to make myself dump. So I was eating really sweet stuff. So I'm truly a sugar addict. I love sweets. Love it. And, you know, this sleeve is not helping me combat that at all. My sweet tooth is terrible. Y'all, terrible. Also, beyond sweets, I can eat whatever I want to eat. We're restricted, but I'm still able to eat whatever I want to eat. If I want to eat pizza, I can eat pizza. If I want to eat fried foods, I can eat fried foods. Like, seriously, my sleeve is not picky. She's like, just eat. Eat what you want to eat. Just eat a small amount. And that's her thing. Just eat a small amount. So me being able to eat whatever I want, including sweets, is what's causing me to self-sabotage. I don't have nothing to give me consequences. So I just want to talk about what I was eating, literally whatever I wanted. And it was nothing nutritious, nothing. So whatever I was eating prior to surgery, which got me to gain almost 300 pounds, is what I can still eat now. That includes sugar-free cookies, regular cookies, Cheetos. I literally, the big bag of Cheetos, you can't even see the frame. The big bag of Cheetos, I can eat that whole bag in 2 days. I don't care about eating regular food. I love snacks, especially chips, especially sweets. And I can literally eat the whole bag of Cheetos. And I have eaten the whole bag of Cheetos in 1 day. 2 days at the most. And I would probably eat 75% the first day and 25% the next day. So Yeah, that's what I was eating. Nachos, fried fish, heavy on the potatoes, heavy on the carbs, starches, and all that good stuff. That's what I was eating. So I just want you to know that restriction does not substitute nutrition. Let me say it again for the people all in the back. Restriction does not substitute for nutrition. And I say that to say, even though you can now eat a small amount, you still have to eat nutritious food, because that small amount adds up in calories, adds up in fat, adds up in carbs. Like what I can eat in 3 meals, I'm now just eating in 8 meals. So I'm still eating the same terrible food in the same terrible amount. I'm just taking longer to eat it. And that's not the purpose of this surgery. The purpose of the surgery is to restrict you, for one, so that you can be in a calorie deficit, but it's supposed to work in conjunction to you being nutritionist. So for your food to be nutritionally balanced, y'all, like, I got this surgery fucked up. Like, I literally thought, okay, I can only eat this much. So if I'm gonna eat this much, I'm gonna eat this much of what I want. Nah, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. I will say, you know, with the surgery, let me give you a meal just so that you can think about it. Before surgery, I can get a 10-piece wings and fries. After surgery, I eat about 6 wings and a few fries. Now, that's over a course of a day. Now, if I really tested it, I can squeeze in more fries, but I'm not really heavy on the fries. So, I mean, the restriction is there, but I add the 6-piece wings and a few fries for that day, along with some cake, along with some cookies, along with some Cheetos. So you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm restricted. Like, my stomach is not able to take in a lot, but what I take in is trash. And that is why I'm not losing weight. So just like before surgery, eating trash, I gained all the weight. Now after surgery, I'm not losing any weight. I'm stalling or I'm gaining. So yeah, restriction does not substitute for nutrition. With that being said, what I'm going to do to stop self-sabotaging myself, I'm going to get in more nutritionally balanced food. I'm going to get in more protein. I'm going to get in more of my veggies, less of the carbs, and definitely less of the sugar. I plan to wean off sugar, and that includes artificial sweeteners. And the reason why I'm including artificial sweeteners is because artificial sweeteners are 100 to 300 times more sweeter than sugar. So if I'm trying to kick a sugar addiction, I have to stop with the artificial sweetness, because that's making me crave sugar or sweet things. So I'm going to wean off sugar and artificial sweeteners, and that includes my Crystal Lights or my Halo Top ice creams or anything that has artificial sweetener. Cut it. Like cold turkey, cut it. I know I said wean, but for my first week of trying to do better, it's cut, period. None of it. Now, after I feel like I'm comfortable enough to handle some sweetness, I may start back with the Crystal Lights. But that's going to be the only artificial sweetener that I plan to intake. That's it. So for now, none of it. Cut it, cold turkey. I also plan to drink more water. And again, no Crystal Lights in the water. Plain water, or I'm going to add lemon juice to my water. And I'm hoping that the tartness can help me with missing out on the sweetness. So I'm still not a fan of plain water after surgery. Before surgery, I loved plain water. But now, after surgery, I don't really care for plain water. So I'm hoping that the lemon juice can give me some flavor and, you know, help me get off that Crystal Light. Also, I plan to loosely track my meals. And when I say loosely, I mean I'm not going to track condiments. I'm not going to track oil, whatever oil I use to cook my food. So I'm literally going to track the food itself, and hopefully that can help me stay in the ballpark of where I'm trying to be. The only thing about that is I'm not sure how many calories, how much protein, how much carb, and all that I'm supposed to be intaking, being 8 months post-op. So I am going to have a phone appointment with my nutritionist so that I can get those macros, and she can tell me how much calories I'm supposed to take every day. But yeah, I'm going to be loosely tracking my foods, mainly so I can keep up with my protein and keep up with how much carbs and calories. All right. Also, I am removing stressors from my life. I'm a stress eater, and the more stressed I am, the more sweets and the more terrible stuff I want to eat. So removing stressors should help me with my cravings. And one way, or one stressor that I'm removing, is my job. I know y'all looking at me like, girl, I know you're not about to quit your job just so that you can stop eating sugar. But no, that's not why I'm quitting my job. It literally was a stressor of mine. So I'm quitting that, and simultaneously I'm making this effort to do better with my eating. So that was good timing to quit my job for other reasons, but this is a great reason to add on to why I'm quitting my job. So I'm also not going to do any protein shakes. So if you watched my Alani Nu review, you know that I love Alani Nu because her protein shakes are sweet. They're like the sweetest protein shakes I ever had, and they taste great. I'm cutting those off until I get back to my weaning period to help me with this sugar addiction that I have. So yeah. Lastly, what I'm going to do is start intermittent fasting. When I was eating those cakes and those cookies and those Cheetos, I was eating it in bed around 9-10 o'clock consistently every day. And so, of course, if I'm eating that stuff and I'm going to bed, I don't have no time to burn it off. So I'm a late sleeper. I usually don't wake up until 10 o'clock, and I'm usually 10, 11 o'clock, depending on what I have to do. And I usually go to bed around 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. And that was my excuse to why I was eating so late, because, somebody that works 9 to 5, go to bed at 10, their cutoff should be around 7 o'clock. I was getting up at 10 and going to bed at 2 to 3. So I'm like, okay, my cutoff time should be pushed down a lot. But no, I'm up, but I'm not doing anything besides watching YouTube videos or anything. I'm not moving around. So my cutoff time is still going to be pretty similar to everyone else's cutoff time. I'm going to make that to be 8 o'clock. So that's a lot of hours that I'm going to be up, and I might be hungry. So even though my cutoff time is 8 o'clock, if I do get hungry, I'm going to eat 0-calorie foods. So like my eggs, some type of meat. So if I do eat, I'm going to eat 0-carb foods. And that's, I don't want to be on the keto diet. No, I'm going to be low carb, but I'm not going to be so strict that you will consider me being on the keto diet. But the reason why I'm going to eat 0-carb foods is that, it gives me room to have my protein in, but also my metabolism will be working faster, but it won't store the carbs. It won't store the sugar. Does that make sense? So my goal is to stop eating by 8 o'clock. And if I do get hungry after 8 o'clock, then I'm going to eat 0-calorie foods, 0-carb foods, 0 carb foods. I might just have to drink some water with some lemon too. So I'm gonna try the water with the lemon first. And if I'm still hungry because I'm up for so many more hours, then 0 carb foods. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video. I hope, if you're a slow loser, I hope that you can reevaluate what you're doing to see if you really are losing slow or if you're self-sabotaging like myself. And I hope you do make the changes to get back on track. But that is it. Stay tuned to my grocery haul and my what I eat in a week. That is coming up. And that's what I eat in a week is going to stem directly from this video. So you're going to see a lot of protein, lower carb foods. So I hope you all learned something. I hope you come back and watch more videos. Until then, peace.